guys on the balancing team, please, we need to nerf this thing now. We need to nerf this thing now. Like, if you thought flower speed was a problem when Vert made a video on it, this shit is broken. Kyoka Ichimonji tech. This shit is broken. Like, I'm going to show you an example, right? So there are three main problems with this. The first one is the Kyoka. When you use the Kyoka counter, there is enough distance between you and the opponent to launch an Ichimonji. So this is like basically a free Ichimonji if you understand the move that your opponent is throwing that you're countering. This is a free Ichimonji. The problem isn't the fact that it's a free Ichimonji, it's the fact that the passive gives mortal ties, which means you can't even run away when the clone starts attacking. But this way they get worse. Case 2, the clone can use Ichimonji too. Why is this a problem? Because the clone also uses the passive of Ichimonji. Do you understand? 2 mortal ties. That is already crazy work. But this is where it gets even worse. The clone has no limit on the amount of Ichimonji it uses. It can use 2 Ichimonjis in one lifetime. I'm sure it's more than 2, but 2 is the maximum I was able to get in a video. This is madness, especially when the clone using Ichimonji does not put your own Ichimonji on cooldown, and you using Ichimonji does not put the clone's Ichimonji on cooldown, which means you can basically almost infinitely stun your opponent just from landing Ichimonji.
Wow!
But this is where it even gets worse. There's already the question relief into X, right? Now, question relief, that's easy to perfect block, perfect dodge. You can't, like, it's not that hard. So anyone that has a counter, you can just easily bypass the question relief into X, right? Because X is also blockable, and then because of the changes they made to X, where X no longer has hyper armor, which I think is a bug. I don't think it's an actual change, or maybe it's shadow nerf, because the X no longer goes through. Like, if you flash fire and you try to do X, the flash fire will hit you and you get stun locked instead of actually landing the X and then being able to rise and swallow after. Like, it doesn't work anymore. But if you do the question relief into X, because Ichimonji has hyper armor, and because Ichimonji is fucking fast, if they don't counter the X, they will get hit by the Ichimonji when they try to M1 you or use a move that is not faster than Ichimonji. This shit needs to get patched. And when I say get patched, I'm not saying make it so that you can't if you clone using Ichimonji, put your Ichimonji on cooldown or like something like that. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like this shit needs to be, I don't know how they're going to do this, because it's insane to me that not only can the clone use Ichimonji, it uses the passive also. It can use it more than once, and the distance, like the counter distance, is more than enough for it to land Ichimonji. It's stupid.